Alright guys, happy weekend to everyone. Today we got the whole French event going on, and I'm going to do a quick rundown on the banner to tell you guys why you should save your cubes, because we have a UR event in about 2 months from now. Probably actually less than that, probably like 1.5 months from now, but you guys get the idea. So this banner, 3 ships, 2 SSRs, 1 elite. How good are they? Let's find out. So the first ship is going to be Strasbourg. I probably butchered that, but it is what it is, fellas. Battle cruiser at 120. We got the stats: 7,400 or 7,046 health, 376 firepower, 0 torpedo, 0 aviation, 237 anti-air, 170 on the reload, 41 evasion, medium armor, 31 speed, 71 hit, 35 luck, 0 ASW, and 14 on the oil cost. So across the board, about standard stats for a battle cruiser. They're not known for their extremely high firepower because battleships have that. Health wise, it is on the average, maybe a little bit higher than normal on a battle cruiser. I think Hood might have a little bit more HP than her, but I don't know, she's French, I guess. They probably just have lower HP or something like that. But overall, I say it's fine on stats. It's like nothing crazy, but like it's about average. I like as average as it get. Like average Adam is what we'll call this ship. Average. So efficiencies, 170 on the BB main guns. That's crazy right there. Most battleships have like 150 max. This right here is 170 efficiency. That's nuts. That's a lot right there. Like, that's disgusting right there. Where she's average in stats, she makes it with efficiencies. 150 on the DD gun efficiency and 70 on the anti-air. This girl is loaded for gun damage. It is insane. Shelling and gun damage. That is a lot. And 120, we got +1 firepower to battle cruisers though. So not battleships, but just regular old battle cruisers, unfortunately. So it is what it is, guys. No permanent stats for battleships today. And her skills, she only has 2, which is very weird because most ships nowadays have like 3, right? So we do have a 2 skill ship. I think battle cruisers have like this less in general. I don't know why, but I guess developers really just want them to have like as average as possible stuff when it comes to battle cruiser kits. Variations on judgment decreases the loading time of this ship's first main gun salvo by 50%. So fires off at like, I don't know, we could say about the 11 seconds mark. I want to say 11 seconds, probably for most ships like 12, but it's like around 11 seconds though. So at that time frame, you can probably get some value out of that if you combine her with Alsace, because Alsace probably goes like, I don't know, first, and then her debuff will probably be applied there. So probably get value off that. Every 20 seconds, 70% chance to fire a special barrage. This barrage activates, increases by 15% for every Vichia ship in the main fleet. So it caps at 30%. If you run like Alsace and someone else, that's 100% accuracy, or 100% proc rate, sorry. That's really good. So she has to be with the same ships, otherwise you're just not going to be consistent. And consistency in this game is very, very key. So yeah, you're going to have to run a full fleet of Vichia specifically for her. Yeah. Hope you guys are ready. I think Vichia ships maybe includes Alsace. I forgot what faction she was in. Okay, Alsace is probably in the other faction then. Okay, well, now Alsace, you get Flandre, and you got Clemenceau, Gascon, I guess. The options aren't the best, honestly. They aren't the best. I'd say Flandre is probably your best bet. Clemenceau as well, too, I guess is okay. I mean, you can run those two and be alright. If you want Clemenceau and Flandre, you can definitely do that. But Flandre, you have to get like Developer 7 going and all that jazz. So if you guys are new, you probably won't get that much value out of her, honestly, because you want to have Flandre, otherwise you won't have any damage. The second skill is Bravery Bestowed. Increases the ship's firepower and accuracy by 15%, and increases your Vichia Vanguard ship's firepower and anti-air by 10%. That's a good buff. I like it. Enemies hit by this ship's main guns take 5% more cannon damage and aircraft damage from your Vegeta ships for 6 seconds. So a really good team buff right here. This makes her very, very good for full-on Vegeta fleets. But again, your options are pretty much Flandre, Clemento, Joffrey. Everyone else is like, we don't even talk about the other ships. So I mean, it's options, yeah, but like, if you restrict yourself to like the worst, it's French faction, then it's like, whatever. Like if it was just Iris and Vegeta, now we're talking. But because she's only strictly for Vegeta, yeah, it's tough out there. So it's not the worst battle cruisers, but it's very restrictive for like a very mid faction for like damages and whatnot. So yeah, the next ship here we got is La Audiso. I probably butchered that, but I'm gonna call her an Audi, like the car Audi. So let's go with that. Destroyer at 120, we got 2,085 health, 155 firepower, 279 torpedo, 144 or 143 anti-air. Sorry about that. 207 reload, 266 evasion, light armor, 54 speed, 204 hit, 49 luck, 200 ASW, and 10 on the oil cost. Give me 1 second, boys. I have a full inventory in Azur lane right now that I gotta work on. I was paying attention to that the whole time. That is very interesting. Alright, so mixed damage dealer. You can tell by the lower torpedoes and like higher firepower that this is a mixed damage dealer. So let's see what she can do. 150 for the DD guns, 125 for torpedoes, and then 120 for the anti-air. Alright. Permastat is 120 for firepower for destroyers, and then her skills are going to be 8 virtues charge when the battle starts if there are 2 or more Iris, Libre, or Vegeta Dominion. See, I don't get why she has no restrictions to just Vegeta only, but Strasbourg does. I guess because they hate it because she spent like 310 cubes from me. That's probably why people that's why they probably made her horrible. Oh my god. But no, I don't know why they made it so this ship gets 2 French faction, whereas the other one gets only one only 1 faction restrictions. Increases the ship's crit rate and critical damage by 15%. Every 10 seconds activates 8 virtues charge. Increase all present enemies damage taken from your DD's cannons by 20% for 5 seconds. That's not bad. And increases the ship's firepower and torpedo stats by 12% until the end of the battle. So every 10 seconds, that's actually pretty good, not gonna lie. Every 2 times that 8 virtues charge activates, fires a special barrage. For 10 seconds, increases reload and accuracy of your Iris and Vegeta Dominion Vanguards by 30%. So a lot of the ships in this banner are really good buffers, but they're restricted to just French. Like, I get it, like French isn't like the strongest faction, but like diversity, man, diversity. Like it's hard to like what's the scenario here? Like some ships have a lot of good potential, but they're just like being gate-kept, being in a really bad faction with a lot of like restrictive ships or like kits that don't really work well with that ship, but other factions have that ship that makes it work well with her. This right here is an example of a very, very good kit, but you can only run it with Vegeta or Iris ships right here. Now, there are good options, don't get me wrong. Like, you have Alsace and Richelieu and stuff like that on the Iris faction, but Vanguards only, and French ships don't have the best damage output. Like, Brest is okay. I think Mogador is pretty good as well, too. And there's another ship as well, too. I forgot what faction it was, but... or what side it was on, but Mogador and Brest are like really, really good for DPS, so you can't really go wrong with that. I guess Bayard as well too, when you guys finish Bayard, but that's gonna be a while from now. Can also suffice being a really good cannon dealer for your Vanguards, but for the most part though, it's like I don't know, like you can definitely do better right there. I'd say the Chevalier is here. When the battle starts, increase the ship's evasion by 30% and decrease her damage taken from high explosive ammo by 20%. Once per battle, when the HP of any Iris or Vegeta Vanguard ship in your fleet drops below 60% HP, Increases the ship's anti-air and ASW by 30% until the end of the battle. Once per battle, when the HP of a ship meeting those same requirements fall below 30%, restores 10% of that ship's max HP and deploys a smokescreen that lasts 5 seconds. That increases evasion rate by 40% for all the ships in it. So I guess you can run like Bayard, La Audiso, and then Brest. That can be a very good setup. You can also run Mogador as well too. That's also a valid option. A lot of good options for if you want to run like French Vanguards. I don't think most people in this game play full-on French. I could be wrong. If you guys play full-on French faction, please let me know in the comments because I want to know who actually plays this faction. Maybe someone does, like actually like plays and like masters all the maxed out ships of this faction. Let me know. But this ship is built for just boosting up your Vanguard DPS for the French faction. No mix up, no discrimination here. It's for both. Unlike Strasbourg, which is just literally just Vichia Dominion. So this ship is pretty good because it has more factions that she can work with. Dupleix, I'm not even going to talk about this ship. Heavy cruiser, 4,000 HP, 246 firepower, 246 on torpedo, 257 anti-air, 182 reload, 57 evasion, medium armor, 25 speed, 132 hit, 60 luck, and 11 oil cost. 4,000 HP is so low, guys. Like, as a heavy cruiser nowadays, you want to have at least a decent health pool. Like, what's the most recent one we have? Napoli, she has like 7,000 HP. That's what I'm talking about right there, guys. 115, 165 torpedo, 90 on the anti-air. So high torpedo right there, focus. Torpedo for +1, so that's an Unzen permastat right there. And then self buff, fires barrage or whatever, restores HP when the battle starts, increase stats until in the battle. Wait, hold up, for 50 seconds. After 50 seconds, the battle increases. Oh, yeah, most fights don't. Most fights end within like 20-30 seconds, so that's not a big deal. So this ship is basically a work fast, pump fast character. She does really well first 50 seconds, but if it goes longer than that, then she's gonna have problems. Luckily for most people, they don't take that long to clear mob fleets, so yeah, she's pretty solid there, I guess. But there's just so many better options out there. You play strictly, like, even if you play strictly French, like, there's so much better options like Bayard and Mogador, Brest. Like, those options are just way better. So yeah, quick rundown of this banner. Again, if you guys don't want to pull for this banner, that's perfectly fine. Save your cubes because in about 5 or 6 weeks from now, we have a UR event. So be prepared for that one. And then probably we're going to have a USS event or something for EN anniversary because they showcased that one ship at Anime Expo. So that could also be a thing as well too. But yeah, if you want to skip on this banner, perfectly fine. There's nothing crazy here. Even the permastats are kind of like whatever. So yeah, nothing too crazy here. Enjoy the video, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.